All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, the 18th day of June, 2025. And, well, we had FOMC come out today. I don't know what the results were. It, you know, as long as it moves the markets around, that's all that matters. We get volatility, we make money going both ways, up, down, doesn't matter. I wanted to show you this thing right here. We ended last week's meeting with it was Tesla we looked at last week. Now this is Coinbase, and yesterday you see right here at 15:45 we had an up arrow. And what I was telling you last week at the end of the meeting last week was if in the last 15 minutes or so you get you get an arrow on whatever equity it is, as long as it's got some sort of volatility to it. You can see this right here is a 100 range Coinbase chart. So every bar is $1. And at about 3:45 or less yesterday, we got the up arrow right here. And when we got that up arrow, what I was telling you last week is when that happens, you should look at call options, like call options that expire that week, weekly call options, like the Friday options. And that's what I did. June 20th options right here, the calls, the 252.50s, to buy them at that point yesterday, they're $6.15, right, or $615 per option. And if you would have bought those call options that time, yesterday, at the end of the day yesterday, the same call option today, I don't know what it is exactly right now, but the same 252.5s, the 252.50s, right now are the last one right here sold for $2,600. So yesterday, 4 p.m., 600. Today, 2,600. Actually, the bid on that was 2,780. I'm not exactly sure where they are right now. I can go check that for you. I think I can check that for you pretty quick here. I did have something open here where I was doing all those things. Hang on. Well, I'll check that for you in a bit. So I just wanted to point that out, all right? That is one way you can use these tools. Now, that happened with the Coinbase yesterday because we got that there yesterday. We also had one on XOM just so that, to keep things in perspective. We had one on XOM at the same time, and I'll show you what XOM did yesterday. All right. Here's XOM. All right, XOM had a short right here. And this morning, last night when that happened, we'll go with the 114s. The 114 puts last night were 119 by 125, or they're $125 a piece to buy one last night. And today, they're 112. So, so it went down in value. So not everything is going to go up. Not everything is going to have, a 4x on it overnight. But usually by the next day, if you get one of those, usually by the next day, it's going to be a good indication that you're going to have a gain. Now, I don't know what actually happened with XOM today. If we go and look at XOM, yesterday, it was at 114.05 yesterday at the close of it all. And if we go look at it now, let's see, we'll go here and look at XOM. Let's turn this back on. I got some pretty cool stuff to show you in here too today. But let's just go out one more and look at XOM. Here we are. We'll go in here, SPX. So you see on the SPX, the last half an hour was pretty volatile. But let's look at this XOM. Alright, so it was at 114 when it closed yesterday. It opened today here at about the same place. It ran up to here and then it moved down here to 113.45. So the overall option value, it may have fluctuated quite a bit today. I don't know, SCHWAB. Those of you guys who use Thinkorswim, or Schwab. I use Schwab for options. They have pretty good stuff when it comes to options, I think. Let me log in on this right here. Schwab.com. And it's not remembering my ID and password. Alright, well, I'll do it some other time. But I'm sure there was some fluctuation in the XOM options today. It probably got back to where it was yesterday at the close, but it doesn't look like it made a big move. It is looking like it's ready to make a move, though. Probably down to this area down here to 108 or something like that. But back when we first started this, there was one of our guys, Ray. He's he has a whole bunch of XOM. XOM is Exxon, and he has a whole bunch of XOM stock, literally like thousands and thousands of shares of XOM stock, and so he was trading the XOM stock based upon the TV trades calls, first thing in the morning. And I want to give you guys, I want to show you something, show you how far it's come over the year. Anyway, I'm gonna hit save on this, and I want to go and open up. I want to open up an old workspace here, an old layout. Show you what it looked like way back in the beginning. This multi-asset one, maybe. Yeah, I think multi-asset. Here. Back when I first created this, I really created it for stocks, but you can see right here it's good for cryptos, it's good for Forex, futures, and stocks. But you see what it looked like back then? It had like one indication here that it was down here at the bottom, it wasn't anywhere near price, and it gave you a little piece of text right there. It's come a long way. The background colors is still the same, except I did this kind of gradient shading back then. You guys see that? Notice it? I don't know if you notice it or not. Anyway, that's what it looked like way back in the beginning. And it's come a long way, because now it looks like this. Now it looks like this. And one of the new things that I created for you guys now is nothing new as far as trade signals or anything like that. It's just new as far as helping you see the trading signals, or see the levels you want to be trading from or at. Okay. If I blow this up, I built this into the TV trades range trigger. Okay. Now by default, if I just delete that, I created a new one last night. I actually adjusted it again today. But if you go here to indicators like this, and you go to TV trades range trigger, and it drops down there at the bottom, this is what it looks like by default. Okay. Now up here on the top, I have the little yellow arrows on. I'll just shut those off so it's not distracting to you. So down here you have your basic TV trades range trigger, right? And then you come in here, you put in your password. I still gotta fix that or change it, right? And then it enables the conservative colors to begin with. Okay, but you can also come in here and hit retracement levels. Now, under retracement levels, over here, you have the channel fill color, which is right here, the upper retracement line, the lower retracement line, and a 50% retracement line. Okay, so what that looks like is this. Right? And what this does for you is it figures out where you should be drawing from. Like if you're in the blue, you want to be drawing from the bottom to the top, like that, bottom to the top. So right here is where you want to trade, right? Right there is where you want to trade, like right now. What market is this right now? This is the Russell. Okay, so right here on the Russell is where you want to trade. And so you want to trade off the midpoint right here, right? And here, I just put that trade on, so we're gonna move the stop to break even right now. We're gonna lock in 10 ticks right now on that, and now we're gonna lock in 15. We're in at 0.8, right? So we had 20 there. This is 25 right here. It should get up to the prior swing high, which is right here. It just about got up there already, but 27.9. What am I looking at? The Russell? I'm trading on the Russell, right? Yeah. Okay, so we got 20 out of that. I think we got 20 out of that. Anyway, yeah, right here, 27.9 is what we're trying to get up to, and it should get up there, right? But you see how easy it is, right? It comes down, you see how easy it is to draw this and figure out where it's going to be? Well, I added one extra layer here for you so that you can actually have that done for you too. See, the retracement level is right there at the midpoint. Okay, and I extended it out one bar out. So when it's pulling down here in real time, when it's pulling down, it's going to hit where it was on the last bar. You see? Yeah, So is showing this. I mean, the background color, of course, is gonna tell you whether you need to draw from the top or the bottom, right? That's what the background color is telling you. And this is telling you where you need to draw from. So like in real time right now, you need to draw from the bottom to the top because you're in the blue, right? So you need to draw from here up to here. From here up to here. Okay. That's what you need to draw from. So you're looking for, I don't think that's a very good drawing, but you're looking for it to pull back down to right here, right? I drew it a little too high. There it is right there. So you see the midpoint is right there, right at the midpoint. You see, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the pullback right down there. Right in that Russell trade. Sorry, I forgot to do that. But that was a valid trade right there from exactly there. All right, that was a great trade from exactly there. And it went and did everything that it should have done. And you see this leg length right here? This is what you anticipate the trade is going to do. This leg length right here, from there to there. You anticipate it's going to repeat that leg length on the next one, from here to here. You see what it's doing right now? It's repeating that leg length. Do you see that? But only the pullback, but not only the pullback, the range trigger also has to be in the overbought or oversold. It recalculates the top and the bottom here based on when it goes into or out of the overbought and oversold, and based on the background color. So it does all that stuff for you. It figures it all out for you. Okay, like over here. Now, occasionally when you have a background color change like this, it's going to have a big move in it. Like this is, when the FOMC came out right here, so there's a big move in there, and it did this kind of wanky look right there, but right here, right now. Hey, Hal, you got your trade? All right, a $510 win, perfect. That's what you want to see, Hal. All right, so right here, you see you're in the oversold right now, and this is where you're looking for it to get down to. You can see that, right? It draws it for you. Right? Pretty simple and straightforward. It's nothing new. It's just showing you what's already there. It's just showing you what's already there, illustrating it for you. Okay, so if you get a down close on this bar, it's not going to be an aggressive trade. You'll have to wait for the up close of the next bar. Even if we don't get a down close on this bar, and we do get an up close, I would wait until it pulls back a little bit, because I want the stop to be down below the midpoint right here. Okay. Now we're just kind of picking on the Russell right here. I haven't looked at any of the other markets. I just randomly chose the Russell because it looked like the one that was setting up a trade back here a minute ago. But you see what I'm doing, right? You see what I'm getting at here? And is to simplify your ability to pick the trades that are most likely to give you the results. So right here, we just closed down. Now we need to get an up close and pull out of the oversold. So right here, we have a low on this bar. Let's bring the Russell back over here. All right, always on top. We have a low on this bar down here right now. Now, if this bar goes down anymore, I'm not going to be interested in it. But if it goes straight up from here, 26.3 up to 27.7.3. What am I looking at? This is the Russell. This is the U contract. Oh, this is the M contract. Okay, let me just roll this to the U contract. I was wondering why the heck that looked different. It's going to look the same over here, I think. Okay, well, kind of the same. Alright, that's why it was looking different. Alright, so anyway, right here now, going the other direction. Let me do it the other way. Let me go back to the M contract on this, because the M contract is still a valid contract right now. Even though I rolled to the U, I'm going to go to the M right now. Alright, because that's what my DOM is at. And let me just go over here and do this, and this, and this, and this, and give me just a second. Here it is. Okay. But I'm glad you got a win on that one. And right now it's telling me to roll the contract over, but we're just going to go with this right here. Okay. This is the RTY on the M contract right now. We want it to pull back up into here now. All right, it went right through that. It turned into red, so we're not interested in that. So, how to get the current contracts on the ES and the NQ. Okay, I have a video that I created for that. Let me show you where that is. Okay, rather than show you right now, I'll just show you. Rather than show you quickly right now, I'll show you in the video. I guess I could show you quickly too. Here, let me just show you. All right, to roll the contract, like this is the Russell right now. Usually you're going to have a yellow thing right there that says needs roller. You can just click on that, it's going to do it. But you can also click here on chart, go to chart settings, and then it's going to bring this up like this. Then just click on this right here, do select, then come in here and find the one that you want, the U contract, click that, go to OK, hit apply all, hit OK, and then you're on the right contract. All right. That's what I just did a second ago to roll it back to the M, because I did roll to the U contract on Monday. Okay, so we're just going to go to the U contract in here on the 2025 U. Alright, that's how you do it. That's how you roll the contract. That was a question that John had just asked. Alright, did I redraw from the red background? I did a minute ago, but it just flipped the background over here, so it's got to figure out the center again. But let's go look at some of the other ones here while we're in it. Right, this was the Russell. Here's the gold. Now I don't have anything on the gold. Right, I wanted to show you guys the TV trades range tree. You got to go delete the one that you have on your charts if you want to add this. Right, delete the one that you have on your charts. Like I'll just do it with you right here. We'll just delete that off the chart, and then come into here. First, before you do this, you got to refresh your charts. Go up here and refresh your charts. Hit that refresh. Refresh your charts. Delete what you have on your chart. Then go to indicators. Go to TV trades range trigger. It's going to load up on the bottom. You got to put in your password. Okay, put your password in there. All right, whatever your password is, put that in there. And then this will enable. Alright, that won't be enabled until you put the password in, but that's not going to show up until you click on this. Down here is the retracement group. Click on show retracement levels. And this 50% offset, what that does is it sets this 50% level that is off by default, it sets it out to the current bar. Alright, it's based on the last bar, but it sets it out to the current bar, so you can see the current bar when it's pulling up to the last bar value. Right, like right there, it's pulling up to the last bar value. Now that doesn't have any value right now because you're not in the overbought. But that's basically what it is. Okay, so now you would be looking for a short, right? Wayne, you see that? Right, you'd be looking for a short, so you'd be drawing from the top down, like that. And your midpoint is right there. Okay, you don't have an actual trade here, but that's what you would be doing. Okay. So we've taken one trade so far. I believe we got 20 ticks on that. You can go over here and look. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, the next one over here on the Russell now, you see it's spread out a little bit after it did the trend change in here. It's spread out, and so now the midpoint is right here. You would be looking for it to pull back up to the midpoint at this time. This is what you would draw from here down to the bottom. So right there is what you're looking for your pullback. Okay. And the ES you can see is all crunched up. You're not really going to do anything with that. And the NQ is starting to spread out a little bit on the downside. So on the NQ, you draw from here down to here, right? Now this isn't... you don't have to draw... You don't have to draw the retracement. Yeah, you don't have to draw the retracement levels. It draws it for you. I'm just doing this to show you how it draws it for you. Right? That's all I'm trying to do here, is just show you how it draws it for you. Okay. You got to make sure that you have in here, you got to make sure that you have on this side, make sure you have TV trades checked. If you don't have that checked, it bases the mid-level off of something else. So you got to make sure you have TV trades checked here and show retracement levels. Okay. So right here, we're in the overbought, but we're not at the midpoint. So what's going to happen here on the ES right now is it's got to close up on this bar, right? Close up on that bar, and then close down on the next bar. Right? Because you're already in the overbought. So there it is. Now it's got to close down on the next bar. Maybe give a one wick up right here to hit the midpoint, and then close down. That's exactly what I was hoping for right there. And then close down on the next bar. That's exactly what you'd be looking for in there. Okay, exactly what you'd be looking for in there. Now, if I can find my DOM for that, I would be able to place a trade on it. If I can find my darn DOM. I can't. Got too many things open over here. There's my DOM. Okay, I found my DOM. Here it is. So I'm going to look for a down close on this. All right, 175 down to... Oh, why can't I do that? Well, here. That's where I want it, right there. There, okay. So I'm short. That's what I was trying to do. Alright, so stop the break even on that. And come on, man. That was so close. I was going to lock in some profit on that. But that was a perfect trade right there. When it came out of the overbought on the down close right there is exactly what you were looking for. Alright. So I took that, but I ended up with a break even, and I should have locked in a little bit of profit. Maybe 5 ticks or 4 ticks would have been $500. We didn't end up with anything over here or here, and back over here. I just want to show you one more time how to do this. All right, John, did you see how to do that? To get the current contracts to the S and the NQ. No, he says. Okay, go out to Telegram. Did you join this Telegram channel yet? This one. This is open to everybody. Okay. Let me go to manage group and go to invite links and copy link. Done. Cancel. You can join this group. This right, changing the symbols right here in Sierra. This is it right here. It's like a 30-second video. You can watch it right there. That shows you how to change the symbols in Sierra. Okay. Now you were asking about Sierra, right? You weren't asking about TradingView, correct? Oh, on TradingView. Okay, well I didn't show you on TradingView. Okay, here I'm going to post that link to join that group on Telegram if you want to join it. It's open to everyone. Alright, so you see we're starting to get some good movement here, and hopefully we'll get another trade off. Hopefully we'll get another trade here in just a few minutes. In TradingView, all you have to do is click on the symbol like that, then just back it up. So you just have the base symbol, come in here and choose the right one. You had it on M, so go up there and click that and go to U like that, John. Okay? That's all you have to do. Alright, so you see right here on this one, we're in the overbought already, but we're nowhere near the midpoint. So that wasn't the greatest trade to take right in there. Alright, this one right here, we're not in the overbought, we're also not near the midpoint. This one over here, I was going to put this on for you. I was going to start from scratch and just put that on for you. Show retracement levels, and then come in here and put on the 50% retrace is already on there. Alright, so you see over here on the gold, a down close right now. Actually, even the up close would be okay. You could do an aggressive short trade from right here on the gold if you wanted to, or you could do a down close right here. It would be a conservative trade where it came out of the overbought right there. The down close right there would be the conservative trade. And I just did the down close, and my stop is going to break even on that. Because it did go 5 ticks into profit from my entry. I knew I was going to be sorry I went to break even on that, but but it is what it is. The actual trades. I mean, I use the same risk management on everything. Okay, did you get it that time, John? Alright, does anybody have any questions about any of the stuff that I'm showing you? I think I answered all the questions so far. Hal, you got 510 on that one. That was good. And yeah, so Wayne, you don't have to draw the stuff. I keep drawing it so you can see, and so I can see that that it's showing up in the right place. Kind of verifying for myself in case I need to go in and make some tweaks to this thing. But right here, you're drawing from the top down to the bottom, and right there is where your midpoint is. Okay. But even if you don't want to trust the black line there, if you don't want to use that, that's okay. I won't be offended. You can just go in there and sorry. You can just go in there and draw based on the top and bottom of these outer things here. This is short here on the yes. I'm going to break even on that. Sorry, I should have told you more. There was 5 ticks on that. Crap. I should have gotten more than that. There's a short here on the yes where it came out of the overbought right here. Came off the midpoint onto the overbought. And now we'll look for it to pull back up again and give us another shot at it. We didn't make it to the overbought there. We didn't make it to the overbought there. We're in the overbought again on the gold. You could short the gold aggressively here again, or you could wait for the down close on the gold. Either one would work because the entry point, when it got to the midpoint right here, when it got into the overbought, it was at the midpoint. Now I am going to break even. No, I didn't get filled. Crap. I thought I got filled on that, but I didn't. Oops. Now I'm going to get filled. All right. Well, I didn't mean to get filled there. So I'm going to go to break even on it right now. And I just got out of break even on it. I didn't mean to get filled there. I thought it was going to get filled right over here, but it didn't. Anyway, so the indices are tanking right now, and I kind of want to see on a bigger picture over here. Let's go out one more. Let's see what it looks like on the bigger picture. Okay, this is what it looks like on the bigger picture. This candle right here. That's not bad yet. Let's see what it looks like at the end of the day. What happened with the rates? Does anybody know? We're looking for a down close here on the ES right now. Okay. No change. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting there to be a change. Okay, Bobby. Well, you'll be able to watch a recording after. You think you got a call? Okay. All right. In option trades, do you have a general rule of thumb on which stocks to choose from? What I do, Mark, is I have a list of stocks that I like to trade. That I like to watch anyway. I don't like to trade them all, but I have just a list of stocks over here that I like to watch. Crap, there's another one here. Yes, I'm going to break even. I haven't been watching it. I took the trade. I'm in at 33.50. I'm going to go all the way down to 30.50. That's 12. 12 ticks on that one. So 12 ticks that's $1,500 for me. Just so you guys keep track of it. And that was right here, off of this midpoint right here. Right in there. Okay. Looking for more pullbacks over here. We're changing directions here. It looks like we're going to be changing directions, I think. I don't know. No change in rates on option trades. A general rule of thumb on which ones to pick from. These are the ones that I like to watch. Now, what you want to have is something that has pretty good volatility. Like Coinbase has pretty good volatility. Tesla has pretty good volatility. If it's got frequent volatility, then the delta is going to be smaller. So you want to have something that's got explosive volatility, really, more than frequent volatility. But it's like the Coinbase thing. I don't know if you guys really got a good look at that. And if we go look at it, let's go out here one more to here again. We'll go to coin on this one. Okay. Do coin, C-O-I-N, coin. So that was on 100 range I was looking at on the Coinbase. And we had just regular TV trades on there. Now this has got the midpoints and everything on it. So let me just put that on. I'll take off the midpoints. Trend trade, we'll just shut that off. Okay. So look at all these beautiful trades in here. Bang, bang, bang. That was on Coinbase today. Now Coinbase yesterday, it gave this right here yesterday. So if I go look up on Schwab what that option is worth right now, I bet it's worth a heck of a lot more. Now I don't know, they didn't have earnings or anything like that, so I don't know what made it run so much, but that's what I look for. Okay, Mark. I just look at the stocks that are here, and if you're in the last 15 minutes of the day, and you get on any one of those, if you're in the last 15 minutes of the day, and you get either an up or a down arrow, then I look at the options based on that, right? The options that expire that week, unless it's on a Friday, and then I would look at the options for the next Friday. Okay, that's how I do it. And like yesterday, when we had this right here at 15:43, and like that last 15-20 minutes, if you get something like that, then go look at the options for it. And the call option is back. They're at $6 then. I have no idea what they're at right now. I can try to go log into it and see what they're at. I don't know why it's not. I think. Oops. Yeah, let me try that again. Let's see if my ID and password is correct. It is. Look at that. It's going to text me a message. And I'll go see what they're at right now. It is saying is the code. I think that's the code. Trust that device. Enter. I'm missing a button somewhere. Oh, it's way over there. It's hidden below all that. Okay, so we'll do trade, options, and look at coin, calls, chain. So we'll go out 24 strikes, because what we're looking at, the 252 halves, is that what we're looking at? We gotta go out more than that. We'll go out 32 strikes, the 252 halves. Here they are right now. Right now, it's not always like this. I just wanna point out. But here they are right here. The 252 halves, they're up 37 bucks. That's a 600%, 600% return from yesterday. They were at $6 yesterday. They're up 39. Well, they're up right now. The last was 43.20. So that, I mean, that's the exception. It's not always going to happen like that. But usually you'll be able to get, 30 to 50 to 100% overnight. Okay. That is what I was trying to show you. The option chain for the June 20th. It expires in 2 days. That was an incredible opportunity there. Now, again, the XOMs that I looked at lost a little bit of money. So that is all that stuff. Now, on the I wonder what Jason wanted. Huh. I guess I'll find out in an hour. On the gold right now, we've moved down quite a bit, so now what you would be doing is just taking your retracement and drawing it from the top down to the bottom. Right, so you're looking for a pullback up into this area. So the next up close isn't going to do it. If you get a down close here, it's going to throw everything off. If you get an up close, it's going to bring it up to about right here. The next up close after that would hit the midpoint. You look for a down close after that. Okay, that's what you're looking for. All right, pretty straightforward stuff. That down close right there is what you're looking for on the gold. Alright, that down close off the midpoint right there. It's exactly what you're looking for on the gold. And it ran 9 or 10 ticks down before it pulled back up. We need this to pull back down now. We move that to get down to there, and that to get down to there, and that to get down to there. So we got into the oversold here. It didn't make it down to the midpoint, so that's not a good place to trade right there on any of those. It's not a good place to trade. Alright, it got down to the oversold, but it came right back out of the oversold. So that makes it not a good place to trade on any of those. Okay? So we need that to get into the oversold right there. That's what we're looking for. Want that to drop down to the oversold. And when it does get it, you're going to need a down close here. That should have put it in the oversold, but it didn't. Now we get a down close on this one. Right here, we get a down close. That's still not going to be far enough. We need a down close on the one after that, too. Okay, this is all jammed up in here. So you really don't want to trade in there right now on the ES. You guys see all that? I mean, it's not hard to see, right? It's nothing new. It's just easier to see what's already there. Okay. I'm always trying to make it easier. If I can make it easier for me, then it gets easier for you. Sometimes, though, I was told today, in the process of making it easier for me, other people are still catching on to the thing I did 2 times ago. And that is not where I want everybody to be. We're right here at the midpoint. If we get an up close on this bar right here on the NQ, if I have my NQ down, if we get an up close on this bar on the NQ, that would be a spot right there to take a trade. I'd wait for a little bit of a pullback so your stop is below the midpoint. I would actually rather have this close down and the next bar be the one that closes up, is what I would prefer to have, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. Looks like it's probably going to close up here. I don't know, we'll wait and see. There it is, a down close. That's the better trade right there. And the next bar closing up would be the one. Actually, yeah, the next bar closing up is going to be the trade to take. So 12 points above the bottom of that bar. It's going to be at 19. Could have been here somewhere, right? Now this is the M contract. Why am I on the M contract? Okay. Well, let me change my DOM to be the M DOM. Okay. Let me cancel all. And change my DOM to be the M DOM. Okay. We want to go back here, go there, apply all. Okay. And now we're on the M DOM. Alright, so I can take the trade based on what the chart is in front of me. I realize now what happened. I changed everything, but I didn't save it. That was my problem. Okay, why don't I just switch everything back? Let's switch everything to the U contracts right now. The ES, because all my DOMs are on the U's. Let's go ESU on this. ES. This is how you do it, John. U, like that. Alright, and on the NQ, go NQ. And choose it, open it up, and choose U. Like that. That's how you change it. Now. Because my DOMs are all on the right contract. We'll flip this back to the U. Say OK, say apply all, say OK. That's on the U, that's on the U, that's on the U. Alright. God, it's driving me nuts. Let me hit save on this. This isn't the layout that I was using earlier. Can you still color the range trigger to be the same as the trade's color with the retracement? Yeah, you can do that. That's right down here. It's this one. Match it like that. That's what you're asking about, right? I just didn't do it by default. I guess that is a helpful tool that Greg had asked for, because now you can see all the way down here what direction you should be looking in, right? Go slowly over the last ES statements. Okay. Which ones? Daryl. Which? Okay, well, let me slow down altogether. Okay, let me just slow down altogether. Right here on the S, we pull back to the midpoint, but we're not in the overbought. Now we're in the overbought, but we're too far above the midpoint. Alright, let's just look at one market for a little bit here. We made some pretty good gains so far, so just look at one market here and let it develop into a trade. That one's not looking so good. This is looking pretty good here on the NQ. Alright, so on the NQ, we need a down close. We could actually take it from right where it is. We could take an aggressive short. Oops, right here. Come on. There it is. Okay, we got the aggressive short from right here. We got 20 of them. You filled them both. But this is an aggressive short from right here. Oh, it just turned to blue. I'm going to get out of this. I didn't realize it just turned to blue. God, I screwed that up twice. Alright, so here I just got out of break even. Alright, it just came down and got me out of break even. So now, we needed to go up and come back down. Alright, it just turned to blue in the background. I just realized that. So anyway, I'll bring this over. I'll bring this over here. Did you see I got 20 contracts on that instead of 10 by accident too? I'm glad I was able to get out of that at break even. Alright, so we're flipping the YBR, not the YBR, we're flipping the background color around here, the TV trades background color around. So now we're going to be looking for long trades. So the way it's coming together, this is going down into the oversold. So you're going to be drawing from, it's going to be from right here, which kind of stinks, you know. So you'd have to go from up here down to here, really. Alright. And it's not going to work out. It's just going to, you got to let this play out. It's at a point right now, because it just changed. It's at a point right now where it's not, it's going sideways at the change right here. So you can't really do anything with that. So you can let it play out a little bit, turn it into something that you can use. Same thing over here, same thing here. Even on the NQ. Alright, now it's getting into something we can do. Alright, the NQ, the ES, the NQ and the ES anyway. Let's look at the ES in more detail. So Daryl, I'll try to do it a little slower. Okay, we just had a little bit of a gap down right there. Now, what we want it to do is pull up and hit the midpoint right here. When it gives the up close on that next bar, it's going to get into the overbought. When it gives the up close on this bar, it'll be in the overbought. I want it to actually hit that, but I would take a down close right here on the ES. Alright, I would take a, oops, nope, it just gapped all the way up there. I don't know what's going on that's making a gap like this at 3:13. Usually all that kind of stuff is done by 3 o'clock on FOMC day. You see, just gapped all the way up there, so you're not looking at a short trade anymore. Now you'd be looking for a long trade, so you want it to come down here to the midpoint, get into the oversold, and come off the midpoint. That's what you're looking for now. Okay? Right, Daryl? Sorry, that was at 3:07 that you asked me that. I don't know if I was able to get to it, but I'll try to go slower. Alright, I was kind of moving at the speed of the markets, and I don't really mean to do that. We're up pretty good, and I was up good. I was up okay this morning. This week hasn't been a great week, but pretty good. But we haven't had any down days. I'll say that. I haven't had a down day since May 9th of 2023. But right now, right, it's got potential to give us a trade, but I don't think it's going to. So let's just go to a different one. Okay, we'll see if we got anything else coming up here. Right there on gold. You can short the gold right here on the down close off the midpoint right there, coming out of the overbought. Okay, now that's gapping around too. Right here is where you would have been looking to short it, where it came out of the overbought, and that just gapped too. Now the ES, let me get rid of this stuff over here on the side, and we'll slide that back over. The ES needs to pull down some more. It's in the oversold right now, so it's gone from here down to here. It's going to redo the midpoint here in a minute, I think. This needs to pull back down, further down, to find a good spot to trade from. I mean, you could trade from here whenever it comes out of the oversold. You could trade it here, but it's just not the best place to trade. Right, you see, this one's really trying to find it right here. So this right here, if we got an up close right here, that wouldn't be a horrible place to trade on the ES. Okay. Now, not a horrible trade. Not a horrible place to trade is not a good place to trade, but it wouldn't be a horrible place to trade. Right. If you got the up close on that where it came out of the oversold right there, that's what I was talking about. Right here now where it came out of the oversold, it just redid everything right here. So you have a new starting point from here down to here. This is your midpoint. Your entry point was right there at your midpoint. That's a good place to trade. Okay. I should have just had my stop at break even, and it did give me 5 ticks in profit. So I just got out of that with -1 tick. Let me write that down. I got out of that with -1 tick because I talked too much and I didn't do what I should have been doing. Alright, over here on the gold right now, we need that to pull back down. We're in the overbought. It needs to come down here to the midpoint. Okay, so you see, you don't have to draw all this stuff. Now, I will draw it. I will keep drawing it for you, just so you can see it. But you got to go from down here, where it came out of the oversold, to up there, to the current high. Okay, that's what you're looking at. So right now, if we get a down close on this, we didn't, we got an up close, but if we get a down close on the next one, it's going to put it in the oversold. It's going to be nowhere near the midpoint, so you're not going to have a great place to trade from. All right, it's just not going to be a great place to trade from in there. Okay. We're oversold, and we want to see it get down here to the midpoint. All right, it's got to go flat for 2 bars in here right now. I don't know that it's going to do that, but that's what you want to see it do. All right. So it's 3:17. I'm going for 45 minutes. What did I say I was going to do today? Do some live trading, talk about options a little bit, and show you the new thing. My mission accomplished so far. I also was going to show you the other spreadsheet that's got the Wednesday results on it. I don't know that I did that properly. Let me see. It might be in here. I might be able to open it from here. Hang on a second. Bring this up and make sure my audio is still going. I think it is. Here it is. It says it is. Alright. So here, we're looking for it to get to the midpoint. We need an up close here. We'll put it right at the midpoint on the up close on the S. That would be an aggressive short trade right there. If this goes into the overbought, when it up closes here at the midpoint, that right there. It's an aggressive short on the ES. Now you can wait for the down close if you want, but you're going to be so close to the swing low on the down close that it's probably not going to have anywhere to go from there. Or you'd be aggressive right there. Excuse me. I was aggressive. I didn't bring my dom over and show you, but I was aggressive and it just stopped me out. Sorry, I just stopped out on that one. See, if you waited for the down close right there, I can still be conservative and take the down close here too. But doing the aggressive trade, I stopped out. I'm sorry, I didn't show you that. But that brought me down to, it was minus 10 ticks is what I got on that just a second ago. Okay. The thing that I was going to show you was Daryl. Okay. Can I talk about how we evaluate a choose trades a price bounces around 50 or goes to 100% or dawdles around 50 without moving? If it gets all jammed up like this in the middle and you don't have any leg length like this, then there's a couple of different ways to trade that. Okay? Well, there's 3 different ways to trade it. One is to be super aggressive, one is to be moderately aggressive, and one is to not trade it at all. Okay, so Daryl, I thought you were saying that you wanted to just do the conservative stuff, right? If you're just going to do the conservative stuff, then you want to make sure that you have some room between the upper and lower boundaries of the range that you're in. Okay? Like right now, you got a little bit more room between the upper and lower boundaries, right? If you get a down close, it's going to put it in the oversold, it's going to be right here at the midpoint. If you take an up close off the midpoint, it's going to put you right here. If it goes to the prior swing high, it's going to put you right there. So you got about 7 or 8 bars, 7 or 8 ticks to get up to the swing high. It's better when you have more room like this or like this. You have more room for it to move around. But the way this is coming together, if it were to give us a down close here, it'd go into the oversold at the same time. You can be aggressive on that. But when it gets all junky like this, in here we have no space for it to move, there's 2 ways to trade that. One is moderately aggressive, meaning if you're in the red, anytime it goes into the overbought, you're going to sell the open of the next bar. You'd sell the open of that bar, it went down 6 or 8 ticks. And if you're in the blue, anytime it goes into the oversold, you buy the open of the next bar. You would have bought the open of that bar, it went up 7 ticks. You know, that's how you can do it aggressively, or not do it at all. If you do it super aggressively, that's when you have both of the lines on down here. And you have this other guy down here too. This one. This one. Alright. And in this case, if the blue leads into the overbought or leads into the oversold without the red, is what you'd be looking for. The blue leading into the overbought or oversold without the red. You sell the open of the next bar, or you buy the open of the next bar. Okay, regardless of the background color. Those are the 2 different ways to trade it. I mean, and the third way is don't trade it at all. Just wait until you have some leg length like this. You have some room. I'm sorry guys, I'm losing my voice. It's been like this all day. Only another 38 minutes. Alright, so we're looking for that to pull back down to here right now. Alright, give us a potential opportunity if it drops down to here. And you see how that first drop down, that first down close put us in the middle right here, just about the middle. The next one will put us in the oversold. If we get another down close, it puts us in the oversold. But right now, that's only going to be right here. Alright, and there it is right there. So there's your other one, and now it's come out. So you got no trade right here that you want to do. Not right now. Alright, now it's pulling down again. And this is, because it did this, you know, if the next one, it's not a place I'd want to trade right here. Right, it's junky, and I want to see it give me exactly what I'm looking for. You want the easy and obvious trade, and this was not an easy and obvious trade. You know, the easy and obvious trades are trades like this right here. That's an easy and obvious trade. You know, something that's coming right off the midpoint when it's coming out of the oversold or when it's going into the oversold. This was an easy one right here. You know, there's a lot of opportunity. There's enough opportunity that you don't have to take trades that don't set up just the way you want them to. Right? Unless you only have like 5 minutes a day to trade. If you only have 5 minutes a day to trade, then you might have to be a little less selective. But the market's getting a little messy in here right now. But we'll look for another shot here when it pulls back down. Alright, yeah, so the thing that I was going to show you, hang on. The results we had from today, I didn't find it right there just a second ago. Not logged in is me. Okay, but these were the results from today, yesterday, the day before yesterday. So I've been doing okay today. I'm this week, just not great. You know, why do I have so many of these open? This is one we're working with. I was looking for the Wednesday trades. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. Let's see if I got it over here. Open. Because I have a... Here it is, Wednesday totals. Let's open that one. I have a spreadsheet now of just the Wednesday stuff. So this is today, 6/18, and so far we don't have anything on the NQ. On the Russell we have 20 ticks, nothing on the YM, nothing on crude, nothing on gold, and on the US we're now down to 6. We did have 17, but we're now down to 6. Oops, that's not the right place to put that. This is the right place to put that. So we're at $1,750 right now, or $175 a contract on this session so far. But we did stop out on the US a couple times. Or one time. Well, I had one little stop out. There was one tick, and then I had another one that was 10 ticks. Anyway, here on the NQ, and up close there on the NQ right now would be a pretty good spot. All right. Now you're coming off the midpoint. You got an up close off the midpoint when it came out of the oversold. All right. That's the kind of trade you're looking for right in there. All right. And I got it, and I should have had my stop at break even already, but I'm going to bump it there right now. And it just took me out of break even. Okay. I should have actually locked in some profit on that. But that was right there on the up close of that bar. Right there. Okay. And now, let's see, we have the ES is turned around. That was a decent trade right there on the ES that I just missed. Okay, the NQ is turned around, the Russell is turned around, and the gold is turned around. The gold has a potential here. With an up close on this bar on the gold, you could go short. Okay. Do you see that? You guys? Daryl? Everybody see that? As like now on the S, is this valid? This was valid here on the S a minute ago, Daryl. Yep. That was a good one there on the S a minute ago. And right now, on the ES, see it's kind of crunched up right here because it didn't go down very far. Alright, so now it's got a little bit more room to it. But you're looking for an up close on this bar is going to bring it right up into the overbought. The up close on the next bar is going to make it flat in the overbought. Do you see that? But the one you're asking about right here, Daryl, that was a good trade. I missed it, but that was a good trade to be in right there. I was busy messing with the NQ. Alright, 327. 33 minutes. My voice holds out. So we're looking for that to get back up here to the overbought. Same thing on this one, same thing on this one, and the same thing on this one. We're looking for them. They're all looking for shorts on every one of them. We just need them to pull back. You guys all see that, right? It's pretty straightforward there. I don't think it's going to happen. It could happen on gold. Gold's a little bit choppy here, but these have big leg lengths down. I don't know if they're going to have it in them to pull all the way back up there. It's 328. We're coming up on the end of the oh look, the gold just made it right back up there. Okay, so I was thinking about the gold. If anything was going to do it, I was thinking the gold would do it. And went back up there, and then it immediately started moving down. I got a piece of the gold. I got it kind of late, but I'm in there. That's 14 ticks right there. And we're out with 14 on the gold. Okay, and the gold is here again. I'm going to break even again on the gold. Here it is. Starts to break even. I'm going to lock in 1 tick on that. It should go down to the prior swing low right here. Alright, I'm in at 0.4. I'm going to lock in 10. That's $1,000. 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I just got it all 25. That's $2,500 right there. That was right there on the gold. These other ones, the gold was the only one that I was thinking was going to come back, and it was the only one that actually made it back. I don't know what just happened right there. I think it happened too fast. Let me close this. Yeah. Let's get rid of this for a second. Right. So it ran down here. It went from here to there and back down really quick. Alright, so we're finally at the midpoint here, but we're not in the overbought. We're at the midpoint here and we are in the overbought. So the NQ's got a little bit of a trade here. The ES needs an up close and then a down close, and the Russell needs an up close and then a down close. Okay, and now it's stretched out over here on gold again, so you can draw it again now on the gold. Draw it like that on the gold. Now the ES got the up close, it needs a down close in here. Alright, the ES just turned to blue, so you're not looking for that anymore. And over here on the NQ, it gave you the down close right there. Was the down close on the NQ. Was that coming off it? It wasn't coming off the midpoint. This is where I was looking for the down close in here. We never got it. Alright, and over here on the Russell, I was still looking for the down close there that we never got either. It's kind of odd. The Russell would still be, it's all messed up because it's so crunched up in there. I was going to say you could still trade the Russell a little bit, but you can't really because the high is right here. Here to there. You got to leave that alone. That's what I was saying. When it gets all crunched up. That's the idea of it, Daryl. That's why I created that black line. But when it gets crunched up like this, the black line's not really all that useful. But that's what you were asking me a few minutes ago. You know, when it gets like that, how should you trade it? I told you you could trade it aggressively, really aggressively, or not at all. So you kind of want to wait until you have some room in between here for it to pull back and hit the black line. But that was the idea. That's why I created this thing, Daryl. So you don't have to keep redrawing the retracement lines. Okay, and it's in the range trigger now. So again, if you guys want, I'll do it for you right here. All you have to do is refresh your charts. Just refresh your charts like that. Alright, click on that little refresh thing up there. And then if you don't have, just delete your range trigger. Go to indicators. Go to range trigger. Put it on. Then in here, you're going to have to put in your password. Okay, put in your password. And then hit show retracement levels. And on this side, if you want the black line, you're going to hit the 50% retrace. Just like that. Okay. Put in the password. And hit the 50% line. And down here, make sure you check TV trades and show retracement levels. Okay. That puts the black line in there for you. Okay, like right here, right now. This is at the midpoint between here and here. So you don't have to draw it right now. This is at the midpoint between here and here. And if I had it on over here, it would be at the midpoint between there and there. So that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the pullback down to there. Alright. A down close on this is going to put it in the oversold, but it's not going to be a place you can trade. Oh, you should have put it in the oversold, but it didn't. Alright. Well, now it could turn into something better here on the Russell, because that last one didn't put it in the oversold. Over here on the ES too. That down close didn't put it in the oversold. So we could get a couple of trades here on the Russell and on the ES. Right? So that's what I'd be looking for in there. Possible trades here on the Russell and on the ES. Got nothing right there. And so we want a down close. It didn't put it into the oversold, so the next down close will put it into the oversold, and it'll be right here at the midpoint. The next down close could be a good place to take a trade here. It's not going to be here on the Russell, but an up close from here would be an okay place to take a trade. Not the greatest place, but an okay place to take a trade. I'd rather see it on a pullback on that Russell a little bit. A little bit of a pullback like right here where it pulled back to. Would be a good place to trade that. Because that puts you stop down below the midpoint. Alright. So the Russell's got a decent trade right here. Not a great one. The ES didn't get any trade. Russell, I'm going to break even, and I'm going to lock in 5, and I'm out with 5 on the Russell. Okay. So right there. This is not in a good place to trade right now. Alright, but it just changed a little bit here, so now you changed your levels, your retracement stuff. Okay, that's kind of what it's looking for right now. Just going to leave that alone. Come back over here. You don't have anything here right now. You don't have anything here right now. The Russell could have another trade. A down close on this one isn't going to do it, but it'll put you down here, and a down close on the next one will be right there at the midpoint. So the Russell could have another trade here on the down close. If it goes down into the oversold, that'd be a momentum long trade, and it did. So you can just buy it right there. Right? I just bought it right there. And so now I'm looking for 5 ticks in profit to bump the stop to break even. Okay, it's just got to go up 5 ticks for me to bump this stop to break even. So I'm in at 30.1, which is exactly the spot I wanted to be in. And it's got to get up to 30.6. There it is, stop to break even. Lock in 9. Whatever that is, 12. 12. Okay. Did you see that? I know I said it out loud, the whole thing as it was happening. That's 12 more on that. There's nothing here, there's nothing here, and nothing over here. So the Russell's the only thing really giving us anything right at the moment. You guys all following along with me? You guys have any questions about all this stuff that I'm doing? What indicator is new? Nothing's actually... There's no indicator that's new, Greg. Excuse me. There's no indicator that's new, but what I did is I added something into the TV Trades range trigger that does the retracement calculations and the midpoint calculation for you. Okay. So it's all, if I take that off, then it gets rid of that. But inside here, that is what I was just telling you a minute ago. Inside here, you have a thing called show retracement levels. You want to make sure that's checked. TV Trades has to be checked. And then on this side, you have the 50% retrace. That's going to be the midpoint. And the upper and lower retracement lines, that's going to be the outer bands. Okay. Just check those things. And what it does is it does the retracement levels for you. Okay. When you have a blue background, you should be drawing from the top to the bottom, right? The top over here, from the bottom over there to the top over there. The midpoint is right there. You see it? So it does that for you. See, the bottom is right here and the top is right there. It does it for you and it carries it forward. And it changes based upon the color change. Okay, so it's not a new indicator, it's just a new tool to tell you what's already in front of you, to replace you having to draw the retracement lines. Alright, so you don't have to go through and try to draw this on every single one every time now. Because the big question that I was getting was people were picking the wrong spots, like you might pick this spot instead of this spot, and not really realizing why. The reason it's not this spot is because it didn't come out of the oversold there. It came out of the oversold over here, so it's the low. After it comes out of the oversold, it's the high and low in that period. Out of the oversold right here, the high, until it goes back into the oversold, it's the high. Right? The low there to the high there. And it does all that for you. The cat just laid on your keyboard. I thought you were telling me you just made a bunch of money, Daryl. On the ES, hang on. This right here on the ES, or this back here on the ES? This right here was kind of messed up in here. It didn't pull back far enough for me to want to trade it right there. Alright, it's got to get back down to here for me to want to trade it. You gotta get a table like I made for Jada. Daryl, did I ever send you a picture of that thing that I made for Jada? So she could have cats laying down on the table in front of her all the time while she's working. I'll send you a picture of it. Okay, let me put the colors back on this. Okay, did you get that, Greg? So now the blue, you can see the last time it came out of the oversold is way back here. It changed direction, so you're drawing from the bottom to the top. The midpoint is right there. And on this one, the last time it came out of the oversold is right here. So the bottom is right there to right there. Right, the midpoint doesn't seem to be in the right place on that one. I don't know what's up with that. Did I not click? I think it's drawing it from right here for some reason. Anyway, so this right here on the gold, you can go long on the gold right there. could go long on the down close, aggressively on the down close, or you can wait for the up close and do conservative on the gold. Alright, now this, let me show you, let me blow it up and show you. An aggressive trade is when it hits the midpoint, it closes at the midpoint, and it goes into the oversold at the same time. Alright, that's an aggressive trade that I will take whenever I can. Whenever I see that trade, I'll take that trade. Okay, so the open of this bar was right here at 90.8 is where the open was. 90.8 is where that was. Okay, so that's a great spot to actually take that trade right in there. And the alternative, if you missed that, the alternative is to wait until it comes out of the oversold and take the conservative trade on the up close of this bar. All right, on the up close. Yeah, that was the idea, Daryl. I figured a lot of people weren't. You know, the idea behind the whole thing. Let me just show you the whole idea behind it, right? So the markets are always doing the same thing, right? They're always going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm always trying to get you filled in this area right here. And you're always looking for it to go at least to that area right there, right? That's what we're doing again and again and again. It's like right here, it went up, it came down. It went up, it came down. It went up, it came down. We're trying to find the opportunity to get filled on the 50% retracement. When it has a nice structured market and it retraces 50%, you usually get a good bounce off that 50% level. That's what I'm looking for. That's all this black line is to determine what the 50% level is between the last time it came out of the overbought and went back into the overbought. All right, because down here in the bottom, this is going up and down with all these movements. It's going up and down in here, from overbought to oversold, from overbought to oversold. And so, I don't want you guys to have to keep drawing these things over and over again, the retracement lines. You know, I tried to show you, I think in the last meeting, maybe the meeting before that, I tried to show you guys how to just see it, you know. You just see it. You don't actually even have to draw it. You can just see it. And over time, I think you'd probably be able to just look at it and say, all right, well, this is a 50% retracement. This is where I'm going to try to trade. But I know when I started drawing it, you see the value, and I know you guys see the value, and you want to do it, but it's just a lot. So a few of you guys had asked me to try to create this thing so that it could do it for you, and that is what I have done. I created the thing so it does it for you. Okay, I figured something got messed up in there, Jerry. I figured you'd get back to me when you were ready. I know that is a mess. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I didn't try to do it. It was automated. It's all automated. Once you do it the first time, it's all automated. But I figured that's what was up. Alright, so it's 3:46. Finally, 14 minutes and I can stop talking. I feel like I've been talking non-stop today. What settings get the retracement lines? Okay, when you put on the trigger, put on the range trigger like that. First thing you want to do is put in your password, right? Once you put in your password, then just check that. It's going to show the retracement levels. Then go to your style, and right here is going to be the midpoint. Okay. So do that. Check that. So if I shut this one off, right, I just turned this one on. And if I flip the retracement levels on, what did I just do? I don't know. If I flip the retracement levels on, there they go. Alright, and then if you want the midpoint in there, come over here and turn on the 50% retrace, and that'll be a midpoint. That's all you have to do, Hal. Okay. Yes, I'm sure it was a lot for you to do, Jerry. I mean, there's a lot for everybody to do. Try doing it with 4 markets all at once, and talking, and trading, and answering emails and text messages. I got looped in with my mother and sisters in a group text over there too, up in Connecticut last week. My mom's health isn't that good, and so my sisters finally looped me in. They said it was bad enough that they had to loop me in. Oh my goodness, they probably text 50 times a day. Girls. So, we didn't get into the oversold right here, so there's no reason to trade anything right here. Now, Daryl, this goes back to what you had asked earlier. John, you have to delete it and put a new one in. Refresh your charts, delete the old one and put a new one in. Add a new one down there. Okay. Right. The only difference is on the style side, you got that, and that, and the channel fill down here. And on the input side, you have this retracement group, that, and the 50% offset. Okay. I love you guys. So, I'm going to save this. Hit the refresh button up here on your charts. Okay, hit the refresh button so it refreshes everything, like that. Alright, then come down to the bottom and delete your trigger. Delete it. Okay, and then add it on there again, like that. When you add it on again, you open it up, it should have this stuff right here, the retracement levels. Alright, on the style side, it should have this, 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 and this. Right? So put in your password. Come down here, check show retracement levels. Then come over here and hit the 50% retrace. And there it is. Okay. That's all you have to do. So we're at the midpoint here, but we're not in the oversold. So we don't actually have a trade yet. If we get an up close on this bar, I bet it's not going to be a trade. We're going to need to get a down close on this bar and an up close on the next one. Okay. What time is it? It's 3:51, so the markets are going to be closing here in just a few minutes. So we got into the oversold. We're not going to want to trade anything right here on this. We might have something you can do here on the NQ, and you might have something here you can do on the ES. I have nothing on the NQ so far in this session. I'm up 37 ticks on the Russell, 6 ticks on the ES, 39 ticks on gold, and break even on the NQ. It's like a whole other trading day for me. This session is on Wednesdays. I should take the mornings off on Wednesdays and just do this afternoon session. It's alright, as long as we're making money. Okay, well, it's all in the video, but let's do it again real slow. You ready? Add a TV trades range trigger. Like that. put your password in. Alright, we just got into the overbought here. We're not at the point to trade yet, but we're in the overbought. If we get an up close on this bar, then we can look to trade. An up close on this bar on the NQ would be a place to trade. Alright, so we have two potential places to trade here coming up on the S and the NQ. Even here on the Russell, a down close on the Russell would be an okay place to trade too. Alright, so we didn't get the up close on the NQ. We did get a down close on the Russell, and we also got a down close on the ES. Alright, so Johnny, so far we're on this, you put your password in, right? It is recorded. I've done it like 10 times now, Jerry. It's all being recorded. Everything that I've done in this session is being recorded. Okay, so now that you've got your password in, all you have to do is click on Show Retracement Levels. Alright, and that's going to give you the outer bands. Then go to your Style. Alright, so if you did that, now you go to Style, scroll down here, and check the 50% retracement, like that. That's going to give you your mid band. Okay? That's all you have to do. Okay, did you get all that, Johnny? You go to Indicators, you put on the trigger, you put in your password, you check Show Retracement Levels, go to Style, put on the 50% retrace. That's all you have to do. And it'll look just like this. Alright. So the Russell trade is going down, the S trade is going down. I didn't do the S trade, but I did do the Russell trade here. And I haven't paid any attention to it because I was doing that other stuff. I'm going to lock in 9 ticks, 10 ticks, 10 ticks I got. The S trade went down pretty nicely too. I don't know if you guys got that ES trade. That was right in here somewhere. Let me draw that on there for you. So here. So right in there. And now on the NQ, if we get an up close on this bar on the NQ and be in the overbought and at the midpoint, that'd be a pretty decent trade there on the NQ. Alright. This is the U, that is, I believe, the U. Alright, we've got a down close. It's not going to work out on the NQ now. Times 355. How do you delete charts? The whole chart? You don't want to delete the whole chart. You know what? I believe this is shared, isn't it? It's not shared. Let me save this. I'll save it, and I'll share it. Oops. And I'll share it. So if you want this that I'm working on right now, Johnny, paste. There, I just shared this out to everyone. Now I'm going to cancel the share on it in a little while, but right now I got it shared out to all of you. Alright, so the link that I just stuck in there, if you click on that link, it's going to open up this read only. It'll say copy in the upper right hand corner. Click on the word copy, it's going to prompt you to save it. You have to have 4 charts like this. You have to have plus or above plus to be able to open up 4 charts like this. Okay. But you don't need to delete charts. You can open up a new layout. You just go like this. Go this and do create new layout. Alright. Call this my new one. This is a create a new layout. Okay, so it's going to have one thing on it in volume by default. It's a gold 9 range. So from here, all I have to do is throw on a TV trades and a range trigger. Okay, and And by default, this is what it looks like. 9 range, brand new chart, nothing else on it. TV trades and a range trigger. Alright, I'm not going to show the arrows on this for right now. Alright, this is just gold. Down here at the bottom in the range trigger, I'm going to come in, put in the password. Scroll down, hit retracement levels, go to style, hit 50% retrace, and that's it. There, the chart is created. Now, I'll make this shareable. Okay, I'll save it and make this shareable. So now, you can all take a copy of this. Okay, you can take a copy of this. I'll leave this one out there. That is, you can change this to whatever symbol you want it to be. It's on a 9 range right now, but you can change it to whatever symbol you want it to be. Alright, and that's got everything that I've been using on it. Okay? You are not the only non-tech person at all, Jerry. I'd say the majority of the people in here are non-tech people. Okay, but this is the same thing. So if you want to do it with crude oil, you do crude on a 9 range. You don't have to change a thing except the symbol. And crude is on the Q. You don't have to change a thing except the symbol. Okay, and down here, if you want to have those colors down here at the bottom, you can put those on too. They're right on this side. Match it right there. Like that. There you go. I'll save it again. So right now on crude oil, you'll be looking for a down close on this bar. This is going to go sideways, and then you'll be looking for an up close. This isn't a great time to be trading crude, but you can see that it works well with crude too. It works on everything. And if you want to do it on the NQ, just put here in the NQ, the U contract. I use a 47 range because 12 times 4 is 48. 47 is 1 less than 48. Everybody's got the same stuff on here. Okay. If you want to do it on the ES, you don't have to change anything but the symbol and the time frame. Of course, on the ES, we'll do that on the 7 range. All the same stuff. Okay. So I gave you guys 2 layouts that you can use. If you have just one, if you have basic trading view, you can do this right here, what I just put on here. You can do this with basic trading view. If you have essential, you can do this. If you have plus, you can do this. If you have plus, you can do this one that I normally do. Okay, if you have plus, you can do this one. Right. Let me just do all this stuff and clean it up a little bit. This is a trade here on the down close on the NQ. Okay, actually it went to blue. It went to blue. It's not a trade on the down close on the NQ because it went to blue. I gotta remember to look for that. The blue on the back on the red background. You want to be careful and wait for the down close when you have blue on a red background. You don't want to be proactive on that. You want to wait for that to happen. Alright, it's 4:01, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here before I really lose my voice. Alright, did I answer everybody's questions? Before I wrap it all the way up, I want to make sure I answered everybody's questions. Jerry, Hal, Daryl, Wayne, Mark, Bobby, John. I'm just looking through all the people who asked questions so far. I think I answered all the questions. Greg, any thoughts on why your trigger line was different? Your NQ is, I'm on the U contract. Are you on the U contract? Greg? Bruce, can I quickly go over a barcode set up for range? Sure, you want to be able to set everything, but the barcodes aren't changing. Yes. You want the same barcodes that I have? Bruce? Okay, well, you can go and grab this layout, is one way you can do it, and just make a copy of it. That's probably the easiest way to do it. But the bar colors, they're set in the range trigger, and, well, they're set in the range trigger and in the TV trades. But if you come in here, you see I have bar colors set right here, and if I shut that off, then it just goes back to the basic red and blue bars, right? And that actually defaults to what the TV trades bars are, If you shut it off from the trigger, it defaults to what the TV trades bars are. And if you shut them off in the TV trades, then you just backed up and down closes. Alright, so with these two indicators that I have going here, if you turn the TV trades on, then it's going to be red when you're in a downtrend, and it's going to turn to blue right before the actual background color changes blue. Usually it's going to turn to blue right before it changes the background color, or it's going to change to red right before it changes the background color. That's when you're running it with the TV trades, right? If you're running the barcodes with the TV trades. But if you want to run it with the trigger, if you want to match what you have going on in the trigger, then you have to turn it on down here in the trigger. Bar color down here in the trigger. And now it matches what's going on in the trigger. You see? The green ones, the blue one, the blue, the red. And that's how you do it. Okay? Johnny, let me write down your phone number. I'm recording all this too, you know, Johnny. So you'll be able to go and watch it after the fact. Alright. So that's all the stuff that I wanted to show you. Alright. We were going to I wanted to show you the option stuff. Now if we look at the option stuff, let's go look at that again really quick, okay? Let's just do this one more time today. I'll go here, and this is Mark, you were asking me this earlier, right? Go to 100 range and just click on the symbol, Google, and turn on your TV trades, turn on the long and short arrows. Right? The rest of the stuff isn't that important in here, but we've got no trigger here on the Google. Amazon, no trigger here on Amazon. Tesla. There's one on Tesla. That was a little while ago, though. That was at 15:15. That's not really as accurate right now. I think it could be a little closer to 4 o'clock. JP Morgan. JP Morgan had the trigger yesterday morning. Microsoft. Now, Microsoft's $480. So 100 range might not be good for Microsoft. You might want to go to a 200 range on that. Its last trade was back here at 10 o'clock. Ford's no good. That's the price too low. Johnson & Johnson. That didn't have anything. Meta is $600 and $700. $1 per bar might not be good for that, but you see it doesn't have any volatility. $1 per bar, and it still didn't give any trade signals. The last one it gave was right here, and that was it. 15.27. That's not too bad. 15.27. You might want to look at the put options on Meta. All right. And Walmart. Nothing. XOM. XOM you can't do on this on 100 range. Well, you can only do it on 100 range. It's just the last thing it gave was right there. Was I looking at that on before? Was it at 50? I don't know. Anyway, Starbucks. Nothing. Verizon, Netflix, Home Depot. I mean, they give them good signals, it's just not at the end of the day. It's the end of the day signal that you want to get for the options. Intel's not priced high enough for that range. Coinbase, where are we right now? Coinbase, it didn't give any more in here. That's not priced high enough for that range bar. And AMD, last one. So we really don't have anything to work with today. There was one thing that we had to go off of in here. I think it was Meta was the only one. Okay, that's the only thing I would look at as far as the options go, but it's too late now. Anyway, guys, I want to wrap it up. If you have not taken a free trial of this, I haven't said this the whole time. If you haven't taken a free trial, go here to tvtrades.com. All right, you can sign up for the trial on this. I'm going to change this so it has just a playlist on here, so I don't have to change it every week. Go to tvtrades.com, click on one of the orange buttons. If you haven't signed up for the trial, click on that. Sign up for the trial down here. It's a free 3-day trial. After the 3 days, it's $25 a week there, $90 a month there, and $9.99 a year. $9.97 a year. Sorry. All right. Pretty easy, pretty inexpensive. No big upfront costs. All right, that is going to be it, guys. With that, I am going to stop the recording right here. here.